Well, there's still lots of COVID money for security deposits, rent, and utilities. A lot of times these are bundled in the same program. So people that are renters or have to get an apartment. But still, it seems like there's some new ones now coming up just for security deposit. And again, remember, these are not, most of this stuff is not local. You have to go to your state. So most of this is state or city or county and stuff like that. So that's why they take some digging, and that's what you have to do is start digging around. So I just put in, like, for the last week, security deposits and grants for that, and more. They got millions of them here, but more importantly, here, just going through the first page or so, there's Baltimore has $3.3 million for security deposits. I mean, if you're stuck in the COVID and lost your apartment, you have to get a new apartment. You couldn't pay rent, so how are you going to pay security deposits? Yeah, so that's available now. 3.3 million just for one city. Also, New Hampshire. They have here. Southern New Hampshire has security deposits. The District of Columbia does. Chester County, Pennsylvania. Jacksonville, Florida. So it's all these kinds of things. And this is just in the last few days this happened. So there's a lot of programs that are already in play to give this. Now, a place to start, I think, is, let me give you this link. I'll put it in the description. It's a nonprofit organization, and it's National Low Income Housing Coalition. Okay, National Low Income Housing Coalition. So you look for these nonprofits, they keep track of an overall picture instead of every state is different. What they have here is a listing of the federal rent program. This federal rent program, called the Emergency Rental Assistance, ERA, that goes from the federal to the state to the county. But they have a city and county listing, like Alabama. Here's all the places for it in Alabama. Here's all the places for it in Arizona. And what's neat, it says still accepting applications, has a wait list, still accepting applications. There's a few that are closed in here too. But most of them seem to still accepting applications. That means there are a lot. But see, they're not the only programs. What you do is you go to this list, you contact that office, because if you need rent, utilities, or a security deposit, try to get somebody on the phone, ask them about it, and if they say, no, we're not accepting, where else can I go? That's what you want to know. You want to know where else you could go, because it's so many places. I mean, you have nonprofit organizations that are popping up. A lot of religious organizations popped up and give you the money. So you got to dig. You just can't make one or two phone calls. And that's what I do in the LESCO mini grant. So you remember, I give you all the bases you should touch to make sure you get it. If you're not a member, you could also go to LESCO reports. I have it just for $5, that way too. Or it's $5.95. All the lists by state are there. So you really need a listing of your state possibilities, where they may do it. And that's why everything, even the links I give you here, this is just possibilities. You have to contact them, see what the hell they have. And if they have nothing for you, you say, who else? Where can you suggest that I also contact? That's the only way. It's like you have to be Columbo, that old-time TV detective. Like any detective you see, they're talking, they're knocking on doors. Let's go down the street to see if anybody has. They knock on every door to see if anybody saw that crime. That's what you have to do. You have to knock on every door and ask them what they saw. And then if they don't see anything there, where else should you look? That's the key to this. That's the key, is one step at a time. You're not going to go to one place, fill out the form, and wait for the check in the mail. I mean, that may happen, and it happens to some people. But you and I probably ain't going to. We're going to have to do that the hard way. So get ready for the hard way. That's what's ahead of you.